Okay, so I'm out in the woods. I'm on a hunting stakeout. I'm behind my brand new GhostBlind. And I'm going to give you my impression of it. Seems to work well so far. So this side of the panel is camouflaged. The other side is mirrored. And sitting here, I get a good place to sit. I'm on a lawn chair, sitting up off the ground. Got room for my bow. And I got a deer tip on the end. And then I got another arrow at the ready here with a rabbit tip on the end. See whatever kind of game shows up today. The viewing ports are reasonably sized, and you can fire through them very easily. And it does give a pretty good view as you look out. And then there's also these carrying handles that can also be used as a viewing port, although you couldn't fire through them. So the 3 viewing ports give you a pretty good field of view, just a matter of moving around so you can see everything. In terms of comfort, while I'm sitting here on a lawn chair, and I got a space for my bag here with my lunch and stuff in it, and gives pretty good protection against wind and stuff. And I've got enough space for my feet, so my feet are at a nice comfortable angle. They're not tucked in and not cramped. One problem, this is a 4-panel one, and it doesn't give 180 degree of coverage. You could really use a second panel coming off the side on each side to get more than 180 degrees of coverage. And that is an option I can buy if I want to, and I just might. It does come with holes drilled in it so that you can put a stake in the ground. So each panel has a hole in it, and you could use 4 stakes to hold it down. And then there's also a rope hole on the side, and also a carrying handle, so you could pass a rope through the carrying handle as well. So if you're in windy conditions, you could stake it down and keep it from blowing away. Now let's see how this thing looks from the front. So it does give very good, it blends in really well with the surrounding scenery. So from here, it's, I really wouldn't recognize it. It gives a lot better coverage than a lot of blinds that you could buy commercially. Like the tent type blinds, they don't blend in with much of anything. I'll just go back a little bit more of a distance from it. So this is a distance of about 10 meters away, and it blends in quite well. A human is used to looking at mirrors and would recognize this as a mirror fairly quick, but an animal that has never seen a mirror before would just notice that it's kind of oddly shaped ground and wouldn't think too much about it. So yeah, that blends in quite well. The best use of this would be to put it in front of a hill or some kind of terrain that goes up above at the top, so that it blends in a little better perhaps. Here's the view from the back. So any animal approaching from the rear would spot you pretty quick, but as long as it's approaching from the front, it wouldn't clue in. And from a side view, like I mentioned, it doesn't give 180 degrees of coverage. So anything coming from the side would be able to see you. So you've got to make sure you're in an area that you're sort of back against a natural sort of wall in the terrain. So here it is folded up, and it folds up into a reasonable package. So that's 42 inches tall and just under 2 feet wide, and it's balanced so that it does hold level when you pick it up. And it comes with these 2 bungee straps, so you can tie it up, and then the shoulder strap here, so you can hang it over your shoulder as you're walking. It's a little bit heavy. You wouldn't want to go too far with it, but a couple 100 meters in the woods would be no problem. So in conclusion, I do like this. It seems to work quite well, and I would highly recommend it.